Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F1 2021 here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Today, it's Hungary. I've been challenged by my chat to not use any Hungary-based puns, so unfortunately you'll be starved of any puns today as we jump into the Hungarian Grand Prix, which was, in real life, the last race that was done. F1 is back this week in real life with the Belgian Grand Prix this upcoming weekend. We, unfortunately, weren't able to get any points at Silverstone, so our points scoring streak is at an end, but we're hoping to get back into the points here in Hungary if we possibly can. We hope to. We think we're fast enough to. Last year, we finished where? The weather, it doesn't look like it's going to rain, but it might be quite cool. 21% chance of rain throughout the entirety of the Grand Prix. It might drizzle a little bit, but the weather shouldn't get heavy enough to actually warrant genuine wet weather tyres. In Hungary last year, we finished 13th. 13th in Hungary last year. I feel like we can do better this year, and significantly so. Into the points, we hope. That's the plan, at least. Do drop this video a like if you enjoy, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of this second season. Links in the description to the main channel for FIFA content, and of course the Twitch channel to watch these streams live. So make sure you do that as well, and of course turn notifications on everywhere, and you'll never miss anything from me at all. Right, as Foxy resubscribes for a 52nd month on Twitch, we're going to jump into practice. Not quite got enough front end there. It's not quick enough for the practice program, but it is
come in and take a look at the data.
A half decent lap. It's not amazing, but it's half decent.
Time, we'll rerun the program.
I'm happy enough with that underbody damage, which is not good. I'm not sure exactly where on the track we got that, but that was a lap time that was at the time good enough for P10, I think, but puts us 12th. Good half second off my teammate, to be fair. Good half second, but that was the first lap we've done on soft tyres, so we're still kind of learning the way that the car reacts on that tyre compound.
To a close, so let's review our top three.
Work to be done, I think. Work to be done by the time we get to quali. Thank you for the follow, Caligura. Welcome to the channel, mate. Let's see what we can do in practice, or in quali. Sorry, obviously in the remainder of practice, we don't need to do anything, so we will skip straight to qualifying. Get our resource points in from practice. I don't know, as we actually had that many left that we can spend. So I'm not sure if this 600 point haul will actually add much. Give us. Oh, actually, we had 1100. Okay, we do have some that we can spend then. So in between quali and the race, we will actually spend those resource points. But for now, focus solely on qualification and trying to qualify as high as possible. I'd be happy with like a P12 or 13. I think I'd be pretty delighted with a P12 or 13 in quali here. So we'll see what we can do, but I'm not expecting much. We'll be almost exactly half a second faster. It's only P15, but P15 is enough to get me through to Q2, I think. I think P15 was enough to get me through to Q2. Well, I think that lap was fast enough, was it? Yes, I did stay P15. I did a 13.4. Robert went and did a 12.8. Where he's finding another half a second from in that car, don't know. But we're through to Q2 at least. Jesus Christ, Mr. Schwartzman, you are quick today. Just about a 10th around there. Oh, I lost even more there. Fuck. It's been such a shit lap. Oh man, I had half a second up. I was half a second up. I've lost about a 10th and a half there, and I'm just going to stay P16. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, I lost probably about 2/10 in that final sector. If that would have made a difference, I'll be pissed. If it wouldn't, then fair enough. There's only 3 seconds. I'm not even going to get enough time to glance at it before it's gone. Oh man. Robert qualifies P11. The Mercedes did have to go on to the softs. I'm P16, I'm certain of it. But no, the extra time I lost wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. The other AIS, again, really strong here. I'm 1.2 seconds off my teammate. Oof. Oof. Tough race coming up. Really tough race. This is going to be a grind. Mr. Sunday incoming. We hope so. We hope so. We'll see what we can do strategy-wise. Let's give you guys a prediction, though. We're starting P16, or we think we're starting. Actually, let's wait until we see exactly where we're starting and what we're doing strategy-wise before I give you guys the prediction. There may be some. There may be some.
Completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's
some grid penalties. We are going to have a look at our components sooner rather than later as well.
Ricciardo and Sainz, Norris, Leclerc.
Where do we qualify? 16th, so we'll wait and see.
Lance Stroll, Schwartzman.
Yeah, Robert qualified P11, so it doesn't look like there's not been any penalties.
Ocon,
We're going to start 16th.
Nikita Mazepin.
I am slow enough here.
I know what you can do.
But
Don't let me down.
Probably going to have to go match what the AI do and go soft, medium, medium. I can't afford to go medium at the start because I'll probably lose too much ground on everyone. So I think I'm just going to have to go soft, medium, medium and match everybody else. Let's just quickly see what everyone else is doing. If others are starting on mediums, then I might. But no, everyone else around us, everybody is starting on softs. So I am going to have to do the same. It's a short lap as well. So I'm pretty sure we'll get lapped. I'm going to go really risky. I'm not going to go that risky. I'm not going to go that risky. We'll go bang on 70 laps. So we're going to basically match the AI for strategy and match, hopefully, our fuel as well, so that we can maybe, with an undercut here, maybe if we undercut on both pit stops, we can then hope that track position alone can hold us in a decent position by the end of the Grand Prix. So we're starting P16. I will say in the prediction, will we finish P12 or higher? Because it is hard to call. It could go either way, but I'll say, will we finish P12 or higher? But it has the potential, with an undercut or two, to maybe offer up something pretty decent.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle.
It is cool though, isn't it? Look, it's overcast, and it will be overcast like this for the majority of the race, which should help tyre wear. Because the track temperature is going to be a bit lower. You can see actually it's almost damp. It's like it's rained prior to the race start, and it's just going to need a little bit of running on.
Looking good for now.
Weather should be fine. It's going to be dry for the whole race, I think, but it's also just going to be damp. We're on 100. AI set to 100. We've raced at 100 AI basically every game since they added in the ability to fine-tune your difficulty rating. We have had recently a couple of good starts where we've been able to gain a place or two. I don't think we're going to be able to do that here, but if... Oh! It's getting Larry. It's getting Larry. I'll stick it on the inside. There's not much traction. There's not much grip. Try and nip it up the inside of Ocon, maybe. Yeah, we've got the move done. Oh, there wasn't much grip there, though. Got the move done on Ocon. Up to P15. Lap 14, we're going to pit for new tyres. Might try and make a move on Yuki at the inside of turn 1, but he shut the door on me rather rudely. So that'll be a no for P14, at least for the moment. Needs to be closer to try that. First clean race start for a little while though, isn't it? We've not had a race start with no incidents for a little while. Just trying to stick within a second of Yuki for by the time we get DRS coming to effect at the end of this lap. The track should get faster as the race goes on, as it obviously has rained pre-race. Track should rubber in and get quicker and quicker as the race goes on, and maybe visually dry up a bit more. This track does look like it's a little damp in places, doesn't it? Right, DRS will be enabled this lap. Ocon has already opened up a bit of a gap on Mazepin behind, as you can see.
DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
So there's a bit of a gap already opening up between P16 and 17. Part of this breakaway group. Just got to stay with Yuki. Or whoever it is that's in front of us. Just stay with the car in front, stick in the DRS train, and you'll be fine until the first pit stop. Manage my battery well enough as well. You can see again, look, the gap between Ocon and Mazepin has now considerably grown, and will only grow more now that DRS is enabled. Lewis sets the fastest lap of the race so far. We will have DRS now. And if there's anyone in this train that loses DRS, which may even be Robert, up in front in P10, I think, at the minute, Robert, then they'll start to fall away from the gaggle in front. Now that gap to Mazepin is only going to grow even further now, because they're not in DRS range of us. But with the group, or the pack, as tightly packed as it is, an undercut here is going to be pretty strong. Provided we can stay with them all the way up to the pit stop. An undercut could be very strong. It is a track that's quite hard to overtake on. You do have to be kind of tucked right behind someone into turn one. Or, sorry, tucked right behind someone into the final corner to then get a run down into turn one to stand a chance of an overtake. I'm not sure if Robert up ahead still has DRS on that Ferrari in front of him. If he does, then we'll keep touch with the points. If he doesn't, then that group in front could pull away a little bit. And Robert might find himself being a little bit vulnerable. I think he might well have just dropped out of a second's distance of them. Trying to gauge if the gap between me and Callum, which is just under a second, is the same or slightly less than the car in front of him, which I'm not actually too sure who it is. Might be Gasly, might not be Gasly. Too sure who it is in front of Callum Ilott in P12. Looks like it's another Alpine, but it can't be because Ocon's there. Robert is in 10th. It's an Aston Martin that's in front of Ilott, but I think Callum is dropping out of range now. He's more than a second behind that car in front of him. So ourselves and Yuki are going to be all over Ilott down the main straight next time around. It's going to turn into quite a battle. It's just getting out of the slipstream of the Renault, of the Alpine even. So I don't know whether Yuki's maybe running slightly hot, or he's just trying to force Callum Ilott into a mistake by just showing himself in his mirrors. It's usually a reason why drivers do that. You see him in Grand Prix, they'll just pop out from behind the car in front in a braking zone. It's either just to cool down the car, or even down a main straight, just to cool down the car, or to try and kind of appear in the other driver's mirrors in front and put them off slightly into a corner and maybe force an error to give them the advantage on exit, perhaps. But on lap 7, that's the first flashback we've done, so we actually had a very clean race so far. Quite pleased with how this is going, to be honest. Right. If I can stay close enough, I might have a go at Yuki into turn 1. Just need to not be too greedy on the throttle pedal on the way out of this final turn, but it's greedy enough so that we can get a run at him. I'm going to try. I'm going to go for Yuki. I'm going to get it done. That's P14. The gap to that other group in front is only 2.8 seconds, so they're certainly catchable. Now we've gotten Yuki out of the way, I think we might be able to get Callum too. 20% on my rear left now after 10 laps. 20% on my front left now. Yeah, Callum hopefully is going to be a bit of a sitting duck, which he does look like he's going to be. He's not going to go defensive either, so up the inside of Callum Ilott we go with a bit of cadence braking. And into P13. Right, let's see if we can catch that group in front. That could change our race. Our teammate is at the head of it. Try and lose Ilott from DRS range behind as well if I can through this final sector. Says as he goes really wide there. Stroll is in the pits, in fact. Stroll is pit on lap 11. Stroll is in the pits. A number of other drivers are in the pits as well. So those that started on worn tyres from the top 10 are now starting to pit. Now so we try and take advantage. More of the front runners in the pits. Only the two Mercedes who haven't pit now from those in front of us. Everyone's moving to mediums as well.
Keep it up.
We're up to P5 for the time being. The gap up in front is closing a little bit. It is closing a little bit. They're not fighting, but we are closing in on them. No, if Robert goes into the pits, I won't pit. There's no way we're going to double stack. Right, I'm going to try and undercut on these two in front. I'm going to box this lap, unless Robert boxes, in which case I won't. I'm going to try and box this lap. Robert stays out. I'm going to try and undercut on my teammate then, annoyingly. Gasly's also pitting. Right, pit stop number 1. We need a quick stop, please, boys. A quick stop. Thank you for the follow, Pasty and Minecraft Slayer, Nicholas and Gitling. Welcome to the channel, guys. Quick stop, lads. Come on. 2.3 is not the worst in the world, and we've certainly gotten closer to Gasly thanks to that. There goes Giovinazzi. We've actually undercut Stroll. We have undercut Lance Stroll. He pit from in front of us. We've come out the pits in front of him. Let's go, boys. He's come out in this traffic and has been slowed up by it. And I'm going to try and cut my way through it if I can. But if we're going to undercut our teammate, we are going to need to get through this. And I'm going to be losing Gasly in front, which is frustrating. Gasly's just lucked out and come out in front of this gaggle.
Robert is coming in for his stop.
Going for it into turn 12. That's Latifi dealt with. Giovinazzi's still staying out. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get out in front of Robert. No, he's coming out of the pits now, just in front of us. Right, I need to get past Giovinazzi just as quickly as we got past Latifi, otherwise Robert is going to disappear into the distance. And Stroll is not leaving my mirrors. Thank you much for the sub. I'll read that in a moment. Oof, Jord for the 5th month. Thank you, mate. Gasly is... I don't know if Gasly's on softs. Gasly is on softs. Yes, Jerry, Gasly is on softs. Well spotted. You obviously noted his pace as he disappears into the future. Verstappen and Ricciardo have also gone soft. So, depending on how long these mediums last, we might be able to go softs at the end. Maybe. But these mediums will have to last us a long time. We might be able to go soft, medium, soft, rather than soft, medium, medium. But this set of medium tyres is going to have to take us a long way. I'm going to try and do to Giovinazzi what we did to Latifi. And we've gotten it done. Giovinazzi dealt with the same way. Let's get after Robert. 1.9 seconds. We're into P12. We've nearly lost Stroll from DRS range behind as well. Race pace is really strong. Race pace is really strong. Can't quite shake Stroll. Can't quite shake Stroll. He's quick in at Aston Martin, but we are faster than our teammate. Not by much, but by enough. Mainly through turn 1, I think. We've been gaining the most time just through turn 1, and then kind of holding it for the rest of the lap. But we're seemingly faster through turn 1 and the final turn as well. Fuck that up entirely now. Lance is all over me. He's drifted wide. Mistakes like that are going to cost us in the long run, though, to cars that are ahead of Robert. I need to focus. get my head down. Stop looking at shit on the MFD. Just drive and close that gap. I'm going to try and be tactical about taking Robert. I don't want to take him into this turn where we took Latifi and Giovinazzi. I want to get him into turn 1 because I want the DRS. A, for down the main straight, and B, for the run between turns 1 and 2. Because even if you make the overtake into turn 1, whoever has DRS on this segment has DRS on that next segment too. Ricardo's in the pits. Or Ricardo's just come out of the pits, sorry, so that might be for damage. Oh no, it's those that went soft. So those that went soft, they must be 2-stopping. They must be 2-stopping. Sorry, not 2-stopping, 3-stopping. Because there's no way they can pit now on what, lap 20? Lap 23 and go 50 odd laps on that set of mediums. I don't think they'll be able to do that. They might be able to. Right, I'm going to get Robert here. Under braking. But leave him enough room so that he can hopefully keep Stroll behind. If Robert can hold Stroll up, then that will save me some heartache later in the race. I know we won't be able to catch Verstappen or Ricciardo, but hopefully they can catch Gasly and make Gasly lose some time. Because Gasly has also gone soft, so he'll be pitting soon. We should be well out of DRS range of Robert for the next time we come down that main straight. And he is holding Stroll up as well, which is great. Hey Bronxy, how are you, dude? That was the best we've ever taken, or best we've taken that second sector so far, hands down, easily. Gasly's now in the pits. Gasly is now in the pits, so we will take P10. We're up into 10th. We're back into the points. How are our tyres? Only 9% worn. We will monitor this set of tyres. We might be able to extend this stint and go soft at the end. Maybe. I just want to build the gaps behind now. As best we can. In fact, I can ask about the car in front. And they'll tell me whether they've got to stop again or not.
Ricardo is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 7.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yep,
the
they're
time
stopping
last
again.
lap was a 1:17.1.
So Gasly will stop again. And that means that we're effectively ahead of Gasly now on track.
Gap to car in front
Ourselves
is
and
7.9
Pierre Gasly
seconds.
both only have 1 stop left now. The 3-stop strategy is not the one here with the current scenario. So we are now running P10. The end. Full stop. Period. We are running P10. On strategy, we're running P10. As ever, we didn't really have it in qualifying in a single lap. But on race pace, we are competitive. It's making that next step up that's going to be the biggest challenge. Going from like P9, P10 to P5, P6. Challenging for a podium. That's going to be the massive challenge for Season 3. It's a challenge I think we'll rise to, but we do need to upgrade our facilities as quickly as we can. We need some more money as quickly as we can get it, really. Thank you for the follow, David. Welcome to the channel. And Cyan as well. Welcome to the channel. Right, now this segment of the race might be a little bit lonely, as we're probably going to see the gap in front grow, and hopefully see the gap behind grow as well, so long as Schwartzman can stay ahead of Stroll. As long as Schwartzman stays ahead of Stroll, the gap behind will grow. If he gets overtaken, then we might be in a bit of trouble with Stroll having some extra pace. Because that Aston Martin is inherently faster than us. But track position is king around Hungary. It's very important, just like it is at Monaco, just like it is in Spain. There aren't many overtaking opportunities. You've basically seen us overtake in the main overtaking opportunities down into this turn and into turn 1. You can obviously try and get it done into turn 2 as well, around the outside, as you see in real life. Drivers did it in Hungary when they were last there a few weeks ago, but it is tough. Yeah, that's the thing. These tyres might get to lap 50 or so, but that's still not far enough to whack on a set of softs, especially a used set of softs. I'd need to take this set of tyres to like lap 56 or 7. And that's just not going to happen, I don't think. So we're going to have to go medium. We could maybe extend this stint a little bit, but I don't really see the gain in that at the moment. Gap behind is now almost 4 seconds to Schwartzman. Hopefully Stroll doesn't undercut him. Remember, Stroll pit before ourselves and Robert on the first round of pit stops. And I'm pretty sure if Schwartzman stays out longer than Robert, sorry, if Schwartzman stays out longer than Stroll, then he'll get undercut. But we should be all right. We should be all right. Bertie is all you hear, is it? There you go. Look, the ghost gaps in front are still growing. They're both over 18 seconds now. So Sainz and Norris are in the pits. They're leaving the pits now. We won't quite catch them. But that's their final stop done. And Stroll is just pit from behind us as well, so he might actually undercut our teammate Schwartzman now. I hope that Robert can keep Schwartzman behind over the course of these pit stops, but I fear that he may not be able to. Brave, lapping around the outside of turn 4 there, Lando Norris. Trying to lap Latifi. Very brave. And Latifi's going to get the jump on Giovinazzi there. I hope they see me coming. Gio did. And Latifi has as well. Thank you, my friend. I need Robert to pit now. If I was the manager of the team, I'd be calling Robert in for a pit stop to try and cover off Stroll. And I hope he does. Glasses of Destiny redeemed by Crazy Dead Space. On they go. I don't know if the safety car would kill our race. I don't think actually it would change much at the moment, because we know we're faster than the cars behind, and we're not as fast as the cars in front. And Leclerc has just come out right in front of us here. Leclerc and Vettel have now both stopped. Pit, Robert. He's not pit, has he? Or has he? Yep, Robert's pit. Good. Now we need Robert to come out in front of Stroll. One of the Mercedes is pit as well. Keep an eye on the mini-map. Keep an eye on the mini-map. Come out ahead of Stroll. He's not going to, is he?
11.6 seconds.
Stroll's taken Robert. Stroll has undercut Robert. Now that could affect the rest of our race, because Stroll will be quick. If the gap to Stroll gets to about 23 seconds, I will pit. We know that Gasly behind has to stop again, we're pretty sure. So we'll extend this stint as far as we can so that we're as fast as possible at the end of the race. Okay, we'll pit this lap. We'll pit this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Pitting then for a second time onto another set of medium tyres. Fresh, brand new rubber that should take us, or will take us all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. Gasly may even pit behind us now as well. Quick stop, please, boys. 3 seconds is not a quick stop, but we should, in fact, come out in front of Gasly. It's not a very long pit stop here.
Stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
We're coming out alongside Gasly. And we keep the place. So we pit at just the right time. Thank you, lads in chat, for telling me to pit 45, not 46. We have judged that to literal perfection. We came out 3/10 ahead of Pierre Gasly. Robert is quite a way back from Stroll, about 5 or 6 seconds. But he has been lapped by one Mercedes and is about to get lapped by the other. And we will get lapped by the Mercedes in a minute. So that means we don't have to worry about fuel. Provided our fuel doesn't get any further than -1 lap. At the minute it's -half a lap. We are over half race distance. And we started at basically -0.02. So we should be okay. Gasly has now pit, I think. Yeah, Gasly's in the pits. You say Stroll has been unleashed. He wasn't really held back by Gasly at all, because there was still a couple of seconds between them. It's more how much time can I avoid losing. How much time can I avoid losing by letting the Mercedes through? But Robert is now up to P12.
Blue flag.
Robert's up to P12.
Gap to car in front is 25.9
And it's the gap to the car behind that we're worried about now. Well, not worried about, but it's the one that we need to keep an eye on. We are going to be slower than those in front. We're very much aware of that. Yeah, the DRS off Lewis really helped. Stroll has now let the other Mercedes through, I'm certain, because that gap has dropped to 3.2 from 2.2. Have a look at the mini-map now, get on the straight. Yeah, Stroll has let the other Mercedes through. Stroll's let Bottas through. Of course, the gap in the Drivers' Championship prior to starting this race was only a single point. The gap between Lewis and Bottas was 1 point. Lewis on 139, Bottas on 138. So the Drivers' Championship this year is actually going really, really tight. It's actually really, really close between the two Mercedes drivers. They've had a DNF each, and it may be reliability that decides the championship. And I have a funny feeling that on top of a couple of Bottas driver errors, it may be reliability that, and Lewis driver errors as well, to be fair, in Austria last year, and in fact Austria this year. I think the Drivers' Championship will come down to whose car stays intact the most, who gets any given engine issues and who doesn't. The DRS that Lance just got off Bottas has helped him close from 3.2 to 2.9 again. But hopefully we can let Bottas through a place that's suitable enough for us to get DRS off him as well. And Cheeky Weeky, thank you for the follow. Love that username. Oh yeah, Cheeky Weeky, we love you. Right, we are going to be able to let Bottas through in an area or in a position that will give us DRS, which is great. Provided he gets a little bit closer. Right, nail down. Stick within a second of Valtteri. Get the DRS. Use your battery, and hopefully extend the gap over Lance again. That gap to Lance isn't gonna go down by much at all throughout the course of this race, I don't think, or the remainder of this race. Following the Mercedes here when we get lapped just shows you how much further the car has to go before we are genuine race-winning potential material. I think we are going to get DRS off Bottas again. You know we are. Nice. See you, Lance. Ta-ta, pal. Bye, Bish. Give me that P10. Give me that point. A purple sector 3. Hello. Thank you for your DRS, Valtteri. A purple sector 2. Oh, DRS off Bottas for a third lap in a row. Let's go. We're keeping pace with a Mercedes. Let's fucking go. Having to have fresh tyres and all of my battery usage as well to stick with him, but DRS off Valtteri Bottas for 3 laps in a row has pretty much put this race result beyond Lance Stroll's reach. 3.8 seconds now, 3.9, hopefully 4 soon. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It has been a really good race today. So much better than yesterday. Yesterday was just painful at Silverstone. Because we were I felt like the car was genuinely in a really good place at Silverstone. And in sectors 1 and 3, we were competitive with those that we've been competitive with today. It's just that second sector that absolutely kills any hope you have of actually getting anything at Silverstone until we're in a position where the car is one of the best in the field. Like when the car is fully maxed out, then maybe we'll be able to challenge at the front or for a podium at Silverstone. Max Verstappen is out of the session. Max is DNF'd. We're going to go up a place. We're going to go up a place. His engine's gone. His engine's gone. That Honda's gone bang. We're going to be up to P9. No, I don't think that will force a safety car. I don't think that will force a safety car. He's parked by a marshal post. So, not that I'd want to pit under a safety car anyway, because I don't have the gap behind. I'm concentrating so much on my driving, I hadn't even noticed that we've closed up on Kimi. I genuinely hadn't even noticed. This will be our final lap then. Our final lap of the Grand Prix, lap 69. Make your own jokes. We will finish in P9. Thank you, Kimi. Merci beaucoup. I don't know what thank you is in Finnish, so you'll just have to have it in French, I'm afraid. Or Hungarian for where we are having the race. But this has been one of our most consistent and most solid races of our entire F1 career so far in F1 2021. Quali pace wasn't there this weekend, but the race pace has been really strong. We figured out how best to drive the car. Our tyre wear has really helped as well, I think. The fact that the car has been light on its tyres has given us that extra little bit of pace over our competitors as well. Ricciardo and Leclerc are going for it at the end of the main straight, but Ricciardo has now taken Leclerc at the beginning of their final lap. The race is now over with regards to the front runners, but they're still on their final lap and will go it all the way to the end. But we will now cross the line and finish P9, and that is one of our best performances of our career, let alone just this season. Thank you, Georgie, for the 4th month subscribed as well. Thank you for all the channel points. You're welcome. We will choose the prediction. We get driver of the day as well. The answer was, can we finish P12 or higher? The answer is yes, we absolutely can. P9 in the end. And we would have been P10 without the retirement as well. So we did it without the need of retirements, and we get driver of the day. Up 7 places. Up 7 places. Really pleased with that.
See the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebration.
I think we deserved that driver of the day. I think we deserved that driver of the day. Oh, chuffed with that. Really chuffed with that.
On the driver's standings.
P9, 2 points for me, 2 points for Chesnoid Racing as well. We're on 23, which is slightly inflated because of that first race weekend, of course.
To give it to Wood. Look at where they finished compared to where they started.
We're P7 in the constructors' standings now.
So it was a great effort.
Quite a way off AlphaTauri, but the fact that we're relatively consistently scoring points now, and AlphaTauri aren't, then maybe we can close the gap on them between now and the end of the season and hopefully jump up. Are we going to go to level 17? Not quite. Hopefully we can jump up. Hopefully we can jump up a spot in the Constructors' Championship, and that will earn us more money, of course, for next season that we can then pump into the... Oh, I can only do one of these. Will earn us more money that we can then pump into the facilities of the team. A large investment or a small investment. We want to run a marketing campaign to help us attract more fans and further expand our fan base. The more we invest, the more likely we are to entice new people to the team. How large of an investment would you like us to make? 50k, give me 750 resource points. They will come in very handy. Very handy indeed. I actually forgot to spend the resource points I was going to spend between quali and the race, but we will now, and I've just noticed, look at the right hand side on the progress chart, at least we are now the supposed third best team. We are the supposed third best car. That might well change as we work our way towards as we work our way towards the Belgian Grand Prix, sorry. The bearings failed. That's going to cost me 326. Now, can I do anything? I can't do anything else on the chassis other than brakes. And aero-wise, we can do drag reduction or rear downforce. Do rear downforce, and I'll do drag reduction if I've got enough, which I do. Drag reduction, department capacity reach. That's a pain in the dick. Brakes or ERS? Brakes or... I'm going to go brakes. I think I might have capacity reached in the powertrain anyway. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Oh, insufficient points it says as well. So we'll do the brakes and we'll do the rear downforce. And then it's time to head into, well, a press interview actually first.
I know we were expecting some.
And yes, I will change parts as well. Thank you, Sokmas. Let's do that first. Let's do that first. So the ICE is fine. MG UK is fine, but the MGUH needs changing. Energy store is probably fine. Probably fine. Turbocharger is fine, but the control electronics definitely need changing. We are about halfway through the season now, aren't we? Not quite. Not quite halfway through the season. Nearly. But 8th, 10th, 7th, 13th, and 9th, we are consistently now scoring points. Consistently scoring points, which is fantastic. Right, now, actually, just quickly, when is the drive renewal? 33 days, the 6th of September, which is just past, I think, the next race, but not far. So I'm not going to spend any more money yet because I need to be able to afford Robert's contract for the rest of the season. That will be our next big expenditure as a team. But we got some questions to answer from Will here.
Lucas Weber has been spending quite a lot of time with your team recently.
Refreshingly free of ego is what we'll say.
The recent flooding at the factory must have been a significant setback for your team.
We handled it very well, thank you. Some of these questions are repeated, actually.
Engineers and teammates have had a difference of opinion on where you focus your development. A recent survey found that your staff...
Yeah, these are kind of the same questions you get asked every time.
Your team have described the environment as a pressure cooker, with growing concerns about how much pressure your staff are. Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here.
Frustrating that they're the same questions as each interview, but regardless, hopefully we gain some team acclaim from going to the interview.
Our income is solid at the moment. We should start considering where we can look to invest the profit we're making back into the team.
Yep, I'm going to invest it in my bloody driver. That's where I'm going to invest it. Start the season break. Valve timing has passed, which is great. So we will have now a little bit of a boost to our engine. Still waiting on a handful of others. 10 days on the DRS slot gap. 17 days on the other one there. 5 days on the bearings. That might be before the next Grand Prix. It is. Please pass, bearings. Please pass. Let's go. Okay. Another engine upgrade. Another engine upgrade. Retirement announcement. Sebastian Vettel will retire at the end of this season. We will have a second retirement in this save. We'll have a second retirement in this save. It was Alonso last year. It's Vettel this year. And you guys are correct. Those engine improvements have now supposedly moved us second in the vehicle performance index. Let's see what it looks like when we actually get to Belgium. And Kimi's still going. Alonso's retired. Seb's retired. And Kimi is still going, and it looks like mixed conditions for the majority of the weekend. I can't see that. It's not showing me the weather, so we might have rain for quali and the race, mixed conditions. But yes, we are supposedly now second in the charts. Second in the charts. How many resource points do we have? 532. So I can't afford to spend anything there. I'm not going to upgrade my facilities because I can't afford to. But we will not be finishing as high as that. But we may well stand the chance of getting some good points again in Spa. Depends how competitive we are in the wet, obviously. And how good we can be with our setup. But it is a power-ish circuit. So that should suit now that we've had those power upgrades. And we have in theory, the... Let's have a look. View description. I don't want the view description. I want to kind of compare. Can't do the comparison between departments, unfortunately, but we are now the, on paper, second best car. That won't be like that on... That won't be like that on asphalt, but hopefully we can still be pretty damned good. That will bring us to a close for this YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. The next race will be tomorrow, tonight as you see this, or this afternoon as you see this on YouTube. So join me on Twitch for Spa, link in the description down below. But for now, that's all for this YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.